Hi, this is Philip from icTrainer, and today we will have a look on a special type of training. I think you know altitude training, but it's very complicated to do it as you have to go to mountains or whatever. And we will have a look for heat training. This has a similar effect. So the purpose of heat training. So introducing control and repeated increases in core body temperature is a highly effective training approach that conditions the body to operate more efficiently when it's hot. And heat training increases the blood volume, so it's similar to altitude training, and improves the physiological efficiency that enables athletes to increase power output and improve performance in both hot and cool conditions. Heat training is similar to high intensity or altitude training that introduce an additional stress to the training, and the body adapts to become better under these conditions. And what you need for it? It's very simple. You need the core body temperature monitor from Core and icTrainer. But you can do it also outdoor with the Garmin bike computer or the Wahoo bike computer. With some small add-ons you can install on a bike computer, you can display also the core body temperature there. You find all this information on the website of the supplier, corebodytemp.com. And you find there also a lot of information about the training, the heat training. So, now we will have a first look how we can use this sensor in icTrainer. As it's a new sensor, you have to go in your profile, and then you here additional sensor, you click for new. And here you choose then core body temperature. That's the sensor we are using or searching for. And we have to wait a moment. And now here it's found, the core, it's connected, and here you can see the battery state. And now if you go in a training, now we can start the training. And now we will see here in the grid there is an additional column for the current heat in or the average heat in the round, and also you see here the information in the diagram. And as we have now more information in the diagram as before, we are able also to select what information we want to see now here. We can deselect, for example, the cadence, and now it's gone, and now it's there again, to have a little bit a better overview about it. So that's all about the training. If you saved the result and you uploaded it, for example, to Intervals, we can have a look for it. So let's go onto the website. And now here, if we go into training, we have the diagram for the core temperature. So it's there. Quite simple. So that's about the training. But now what is necessary to use this temperature at the end? So the first thing what you have to do is as preparation, you have to do a heat ramp test. The heat ramp test for cycling is a single training workout that is recommended to identify the optimal heat training zone. This is the temperature zone where heat training is effective without overly fatiguing. So, because your core body temperature is individual, knowing your exact heat training zone ensures that you are not undertraining or overtraining, because there's no performance benefit to overtraining, but a negative effect to recovery. And while undertraining means you are not effectively in your training stuff. So this makes no sense. And then if you have done this the value. During your HIIT training session, you can monitor your real-time core body temperature in the app and simply adjust intensity or the external cooling source, for example the fan, to maintain the right core temperature. And that's the advantage of indoor training here, because you're normally using a cooling system as a fan, and you are able to reduce the fan or increase it to have to lower your core body temperature, or to get a higher core temperature because it's more effective. It's harder to train then, but that's about training. It's not fun. Effective training hurts a little bit, and sometimes, it could be that it's better to that it's harder for you if this is more effective for your training. And how this heat ramp test is working, we will have a look later in the app. You're starting in a free training in the ERG mode, and then you increase the power value bit by bit until you have reached the body temperature of 38% Celsius. And the watt value you have reached now, this is the initial value we need to know then. And so it's also important that you increase only bit by bit and not in two big steps to have a very accurate value there. So then after that, you train for a maximum of 45 minutes with a constant cadence and heart rate in the sim mode. And this is very important. We will also have a look for it, how it works. And then we expect that your body temperature is continue to rise in this 45 minutes, but your power value drops bit by bit because you can't hold it all the time. You're getting hotter and hotter, and so you lose the power. And that's the expected behavior. And then the active part of the test ends when the watt value has been reduced by 20% compared to the initial value. For example, if the initial value was 220, then this means minus 44%. Means 176%. This is the value. If you reach this, then you can stop the training, or you stop it if you feel very uncomfortable, or if the 45 minutes are over. And then the temperature reached at this point is now important, as the optimal training zone for heat training is this body temperature minus 0.5 degrees. And so this is the important value. But however, it's the best to continue the workout at this point. You stop pedaling, but start a new lap by changing the climb with the buttons. And so the temperature is further determined, and you can see the development of heart rate and body temperature in your recovery phase. That could help you also to understand how this is working with your body. So normally you finish a workout. If you stop pedaling here, you can collect for 3 or 4 minutes additional values, and then you stop it. That's the goal. And we will have a look how you can do this in the app. So as mentioned, you go in a free training, you're starting it, and at this point you are in the ERG mode. So this means you have now a fixed watt value. Currently it's 120 free. So, and then you increase step by step this watt value. For example, every minute 5%, or every minute 10%, or every 5 minutes, whatever. 5 minutes is too long. And then after 40 minutes, for example, you reach then the 38 degrees, and then you change here to sim mode. You switch here to sim mode. This means now you ride against a fixed climb, and then you try to get again the same RPM value as before, and you hold the BPM value. These both values you try to keep And to keep this could means that you have to reduce step by step the butt value. That's the goal, how this should works. And then if you reach this 20% less watt value, then you changed by clicking here on one of these buttons the climb, and this means a new lap is starting. Now you stop pedaling, and now you can see then the development of the after you have stopped. Then later, after 3 or 4 minutes, you see then the development of the core body temperature and of the heart rate. Both increase a little time after stopping pedaling, and then it's going down. The heart rate is earlier going down as the core body temperature. So that's the normal stuff. And so then after some minutes, then you can stop the test. And as mentioned, the core body temperature you have reached after this reducement of 20%. That's the relevant number. You can reduce it by 0.5 degrees, and that's the plus minus 0.1 degree. That's the range you should do the heat trainings in, and that's the perfect range to do it. And yeah, you will find a lot of additional informations to this type of training on a website of Core, and you can buy here also the product. Here, this is the sensor, and you can see you can have it here, or you can use it also with on your normal pulse heart rate belt, or you can have here something for the arm strap. And additional, you can also use a core suit for the indoor training. This means you reach faster a higher core temperature. Yeah, and you can use this also outdoor. Looks very funny, I think. Perhaps you get into the press. Yeah, that's all about this type of training. If you have questions, ask here the provider of this tool, and train very effective. Just always, just train, no game.